Alrighty, looks like we have Empires today. At a glance, this one is reminding me of some prior Daily Kingdom. Maybe just because it's all Empires and that's shown up before, but I feel like this one's pretty similar to one of those specific Empires Kingdoms that we've seen. Anyways, for draw we have Blacksmith or Wild Hunt. The only village is Crown, Trashing, Catapult. Good at dealing with coppers, less so with estates. Plus buy, there's Charm and Capital. Crown Capital is kind of a thing. If you crown a capital, you double the top part. You get 12 money and 2 buys, but you only discarded 1 capital at the end of the turn, so you only take 6 debt. So, in terms of net amount of money generated, it's like 2 golds, which when you say it that way is not impressive. Like, oh, you used 2 $5 treasures to make 2 golds worth of money. I do think it's better than that. I mean, partly it comes with buy, which is something, but it's giving you all the money up front and then hits you with the debt later, and having, like if you do that twice, you have 24 money in your final turn, and then the 12 debt never gets paid off, and so it's a bit more explosive than just playing 2 golds. So it's something. The thing that makes me think it might not be that significant here is Crown is the only village, and just about every action you care about is terminal, like the draw cards and the trashers. So maybe your crowns get sucked up playing your action cards, and you don't have any left over for capital. I mean, if I had enough crowns, I would be happy to do that, but I'm not sure. Legionary looks pretty bad to me. I think if you want to discard attack, Catapult just does that better. Forum is probably nice for reliability. A lot of good 5s. Makes me think Charm might also be good. Also means Overlord might also be good. The one thing to be careful about with Overlord is I would happily just click Overlord every single turn, if not for the fact that it can only play cards that are in the supply. And the card that runs the risk of running out is Crown. And if Overlord can't play Crown and can only play terminal actions or like forms and stuff, it gets a lot worse. So you wouldn't want to stack up on Overlords while your opponent gets crowns, and then your deck just falls apart when the last crown goes away, and Overlord can't play it anymore. So that's the big risk there. Anyways, how to open. First instinct is Catapult plus Overlord. Makes me wish I had the 3/4, because that would end up with 1 less debt. But that is effectively double Catapult, which is nice for getting thin fast, but with the upside of if they collide, the Overlord can always be played as something else, or even can be played as Crown to play the Catapult twice anyway. I think the only other thing that seems reasonable would be Catapult Chariot Race, but I think I prefer Overlord. Catapult Chariot Race is not an opening that's super likely to hit 5 naturally anyway, so I'm not too bummed about going to debt. A little bit bummed about this hand, though. Okay. So I could just crown the Catapult, trash 2 coppers. That'd feel a little bit nicer if it were 2 estate, or a copper and an estate, rather. What else could I do? I don't want to play the Forum because it triggers a shuffle that's only got bad cards in it. Could play it as Chariot Race. Bottom 2 are copper and estate. If it hits estate, I'm reasonably likely to win the race. That's nothing special. Probably I'm just killing 2 things. And do I want a second Overlord already? Kinda. Still have a lot of trashing to do. Alright, this seems like a good time for a Forum. I really like trashing, like if you're playing Catapult twice, ideally you trash 1 copper, 1 estate. That way you're getting your estate trashes in on a turn where you are still hitting with a discard attack anyway. Don't think it matters. So am I doing the same thing again? If I pitch these 2, play Overlord. No, there's no way I can double trash from a 3-card hand. Not sure what I'm doing then. It would be nice if I ever had both Overlords in hand at the same time, because that'll let you go Crown, Overlord, play Overlord as like Wild Hunt followed by Crown, something like that. But I haven't lined those up yet. What am I trying to accomplish? I probably want to play the catapult. I might as well. I'm just going to stop here and play this Overlord as a catapult, leaving Overlord Catapult on top. I'm not seeing that much benefit to drawing into it with Forum. Third Overlord. Bot's got 3. It is pretty good here. The trouble is I do want bona fide $5 cards at some point. I think I'm going to hold off and try to get a Charm followed by some more 5s. If I could ever draw 2 Overlords in the same hand, that would be lovely. Seems it was not meant to be. It was blocked. Sad. I guess I'm buying another Overlord after all anyway. Not a whole lot else to do on 2. I don't love how this has gone. Oh, an interaction worth pointing. I don't know if it'll come up, but Charm with both Overlord and Royal Blacksmith in the Kingdom means you could buy like 1 Blacksmith and gain a bunch of Overlords off of it, for example, which would be kind of neat. Okay, here we go. Crown, Overlord. Bottom 2 are Catapult and Overlord, right? God dang it. Okay. All right, what's going on here? I have 3 total Overlord plays to resolve. It could just be triple Legionary and buy a Charm. Maybe that's correct. What if I play one as Catapult twice? Give out a curse, trash the last estate. Then I'm too thin. I don't need to have fewer than 5 cards. I think I just want the Charm. Alright, top card is Overlord, which I suppose means there's no harm in at least trying to hit. Yay. So what here? So I could do double Legionary, which obviously gets me to 5. But I think if I do Wild Hunt Legionary and then play the Catapult, that checks out, right? This still gets me to 5 and also trashes that estate, which is nice. And now I want a Crown and another Charm. That was probably the wrong order. I should have kept Crown plus Overlord in hand. I've been given a curse. Speaking of curses, I should watch out for Defiled Shrine soon-ish. Now that I'm thin enough, adding a curse to the deck isn't such a big pain. Well, this isn't ideal, but it'll do. Yeah, let's take the Defiled Shrine points now. I'm going to take a copper to attack him with, I think. And a curse. Bit of an ugly hand. Hopefully Forum can salvage that. I said hopefully Forum can salvage that. Okay, now I got something to work with. Kind of sucks blowing 2 Overlords as Forums. Looks like it didn't end too badly though. I said Legionary is bad. I'm reconsidering that. I'm playing a decent amount for payload anyway. Wouldn't mind just using an Overlord to catapult the catapult out of the deck. Having to add treasures just to attack them is... It's not the biggest limitation in the world. Anyways. The big problem with Legionary is just getting a gold. Especially when like every turn I have 5 or more, I just want to be buying tons of 5s. Let's go Forum. Crown. Crown? Well, let me reconsider. This might not be a bad turn to do the Blacksmith double Overlord line. It's a lot of draw. I guess the trouble with Blacksmith double Overlord is they can't add a copper to attack them. Maybe they just get let off the hook for a turn. Could be time to add a capital, actually. Let's see how that pans out. Ooh, what do I keep on top? Probably Crown Overlord is the most... I hate the idea of the Wild Hunt being on the bottom of my deck. I think I gotta keep that. I think Overlord on top. Yes, if I kept Crown and didn't find an action card, I was in a world of hurt. Overlord gives me the opportunity to bail out with a Forum. Alright, this looks fine. Crown. Crown. It's gonna be something worth actions. Maybe just a Forum. I'd like to use, if possible, both of these crowns on capital plus charm. I could discard the Overlord. Slightly awkward hand. Probably could have played this better somehow. If I pitch those and draw, I got a Forum on top at least. Oh, maybe I should have. I don't know. 5 is a decent number for Wild Hunt. Maybe I should have prioritized getting those. I don't know. We'll see if they're still around next turn. Not the end of the world. Okay, I'm realizing the Royal Blacksmith Overlord thing is not that likely to come up because it only works for charm if it's the first buy of the turn. And you almost always want to buy these last in the turn. I mean, I guess I could do it here if I wanted to. Maybe I do. Blacksmith Triple Overlord does sound decent. I mean, the 5s are also really good. Just like actual crowns might be better than Overlords. If I'm being honest, a lot of the appeal is just you don't get to charm debt cards every day. So yeah, Blacksmith, Triple Overlord, followed by a crown, or maybe some more crowns and another capital. Yeah, I don't think my heart's set on the Royal Blacksmith. I don't mind drawing with Wild Hunt. Comes with victory points anyway. I think we're gonna go with the crowns and capitals. Maybe just another curse. Interesting order. Well, I still hate discarding Wild Hunt, but hard to say no to Crown +4 and 1 top. I would love to take all 3 of the remaining crowns here, just because that causes problems for the bot's turns. I'm pretty sure the bottom card is a Wild Hunt, right? Yeah. Yeah, I'll do that. I might want the crowns for the capitals. So I'd rather use Overlord as a crown, presumably. Oopsie. Okay, what's the bottom card? I don't recall. Probably I'm just taking the money here. No, that's not right. I need a village effect, so I can play both Wild Hunt and Catapult. Gross. I can't help but feel like I'm playing this very poorly. I keep ending up in awkward positions. Playing Forum is bad because I would just be discarding extra cards. Trait Race is okay-ish, I guess. I guess I could crown the Wild Hunt. I've definitely played this poorly. I'd rather crown a capital than a catapult, I think. Okay. So I definitely want to take the remainder of the crowns and turn off their overlords. They still have some crowns, so it's not a huge deal. Well, actually, I have 5 of them. It kind of is a big deal if they've only got 2 crowns for their whole deck. Now what? I don't think I'm threatening to pile out quite yet. A pile out would probably look like 2 of Estates Curses Overlords. Is that feasible? Again, the Overlord Blacksmith thing helps you empty Overlords a little bit easier. How many buys would I have? I added 1 cap. I've 7 buys, just counting crowned capitals. And then I've got 2 charms, 8, 9. Nine gains is not quite enough to do Overlord Estate, but I could gain some estates off of the Wild Hunt. I think if I just stop here, I'm threatening a pile out. I'll pay off the debt. The bot does not have any cards in the deck. What is your payload? So to win here, I need to crown both charms, buy Blacksmith, gain 4 Overlords, buy 6 estates. I've been attacked. Not an ideal draw off the top there. I have 8 crowns, and I believe I need to hold 5 crowns in reserve for the pile that I had planned. 2 crowns for the 2 charms, 3 crowns on the capitals to get 7 buys. I think the money should be no object because it only costs, what, it says 20 to pile out. Guess we'll go ahead and draw here. This is all the crowns I plan on playing, which is a little bit of a concern. Still don't even see the Wild Hunts. Maybe it's not happening this turn. Yeah, I gotta play 1 more crown to make this turn do anything useful. All right, does this get there? Seems close. I crown 2 charms and 2 of the capitals. I think it works out as long as I gain an estate here. Sure, let's give out a curse. Yeah, this works. Alrighty. I don't know if that was the best performance ever, but went well enough. I think winning the crown to 8-2 seems pretty decisive here. The trouble with Overlord's a great card here as long as Crown's around, but the moment Crown disappears, it becomes a lot less useful. And so I think nabbing the Crown split sealed the deal. I could imagine getting a gold at some point here, just because once you're out of coppers, the legionary attack is a little bit easier to do than rebuying coppers and catapulting them. But it's just so hard to find a good time for it. The problem with buying gold is that buying gold sucks. And you're passing up on like charm, crown, capital stuff to take time off to buy a gold. That's just, it's slow. I could see doing the Royal Blacksmith thing at a point earlier than the pile-out scenario. A nice little interaction. It seems not essential here. Your Wild Hunt is less draw, but it's also coming with victory points, so it's something. And it's just a lot easier to get. Like all the 5s are just so easy to gain with charm around. I'm not even super sure the capitals were necessary. Like maybe just more crowning charms and gaining all the 5s. Could have done a duchy pilot or something. But the capital interaction is kind of nice.